To make this very cute and very cheap dress, you only need a few measurements: your waist measurement, your hip measurement, the distance between your waist and your hip measurement, and then the distance between your waist and your underarm. You'll use a straight edge as if it's your center front. And then at the very top, you'll square across 1/4 of your waist measurement. Next, you'll measure down the distance you calculated between your waist and your hip, and then you'll square across for 1/4 of your hip measurement. Then draw a line connecting the waist and the hip. The line should start out pretty straight and then gradually join the hip point on a curve and then continue down the length of the dress. Finally, you'll add 1/4 an inch seam allowance to the ends of your skirt, and then you'll have your complete skirt pattern. And then for the front, you'll just trace out a shirt you already have, either a crop top or just a regular shirt. And then after you do that, then you can take that measurement you calculated, well, that you measured from your armhole to your waist, and that is where your shirt will join your skirt pattern. So after you've drawn out your skirt pattern and your shirt pattern and you put them together, you'll have a whole piece that looks like this, and it'll all be on one fold, which is the straight edge. Okay, so you also want to trace out a sleeve pattern, either from a shirt you already have or just a regular pattern that you had. This is a line that's coming straight from the waist measurement. So it's like if you didn't put in your hip measurement, it would have just been a straight line down from the waist. You will use this if you want your dress to be absolutely skin tight, like stuck to your body. That's the one I'm gonna use. But if your fabric isn't as stretchy, or if you're curvier or want something more comfortable, I would definitely say keep the hip measurement included that we originally did. Here I'm just showing you the direction that the fabric stretches. You always want to cut in the direction that the fabric stretches so that it can basically go over your whole body. So here I'm going to double fold the fabric because I'm gonna cut both my front and back all in one session because I want them to be exactly the same. So I fold it once and then I fold it twice, and I make sure that the two edges of the folds are touching, because if not, then you won't be cutting out the same size patterns. Then I just place that straight edge that I called my center front on the fold of the fabric, and I begin to cut. Next, I'm gonna take one of the pieces that I cut out and I'm gonna place it on itself on the fold, and I'm gonna cut out my neckline. Then lay the pieces right sides facing and sew with a zigzag stitch. So next I'm going to cut out my sleeve patterns, and since I already have a long sleeve dress, which is the one that was shown in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna do a short sleeve for this one. I'm going to do the double fold just as I did with the dress patterns. The only difference is I'm folding from top to bottom. since it's going to be a short sleeve, it doesn't take much fabric, so I didn't need to fold the other way. Then I'm going to pin the sleeves together on the edges with the right sides facing, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch down the length of the sleeve, just as I did it for the dress. After I've sewn my sleeves together and I've sewn my dress together, I'll turn the dress inside out, and then I'll turn the sleeves right side out. Yeah. And I'm gonna align the seams, the seam of the sleeve with the seam of the dress, the side seam, and then I'm going to pin the sleeve to the dress through the armhole. Once I finish pinning it all together, I can take it to my sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch to complete the dress. Once you've attached the sleeves, you'll want to hem the sleeves and the bottom of the dress with either a zigzag stitch or hemming tape. I use Easy Steam 2 hemming tape, which is very handy, but it was my first time using it, so it kind of took a little bit of the stretch away from my fabric. So I do wish that I had used a zigzag steam stitch instead.